home is perfect for the busy family. It does have a double car garage right here. You can see that with storage space inside. It fits 4 cars on the driveway. So altogether, that's about 6 parking spots. Here you can see it's very close to lots of parks. So there's Cawthorpe Park, St. Dominic's Catholic Church is walking distance as well, Linwood Park. And for the commuters, you're just a little bit north will be the QEW. And then a little bit to the south, a couple minutes, you're going into the Inspiration Lakeview Master Plan Development.
Yeah, and while you're on this page, Karen, the Inspiration Lakeview Plan, that's 180-acre municipal redevelopment. There's 7,000 to 12,000 mixed commercial residential units going in, and it's connecting Port Credit all the way to Long Branch along the lakefront. So they're already implementing that plan. They've already started creating the waterway and the pathways that are connecting the two desirable communities. So it's bridging those two communities along the lakefront. And there's going to be a whole bunch of redevelopment for residential and commercial, but also 70 acres of forest and a bunch of outdoor green space. So it's a monumental project. You can search it inspirationlakeview.com. And let's take a look inside this house that's really close by to that project.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're at the front of the house here. This is a beautiful home. It sits on a 50 by 150 foot lot. The backyard is perfect for entertaining. You can add a pool here, you can add garden, kitchen, you can do everything. You can do whatever you like, you can do it all. It's for you to design, and the fence here can go about another foot or 2, so you can add more height for privacy or shade. This is in the front of the house, so this is one of the rooms right at the front. This could be a home office or a den. It's got bright light coming in from the front of the house right here. Built-in floor-to-ceiling built-ins throughout the dining room and the family room. The kitchen has a 16-foot quartz kitchen island and all Thor stainless steel appliances. Here you see the sunken living room. So it's really nice, great for entertaining again. And it actually walks right out to that backyard where you could be entertaining as well. And hey guys, if you guys have a question or you do want to see a virtual tour on the side here, you can request a virtual tour since we're doing everything online now, or you can ask a question and I'm happy to send over the information to you.
Yeah, and this happens to be one of the listings that is vacant, so people are able to come and see it. We're Lysoling the door handles and the lock boxes before we go in. We're keeping our distance. We are actually opening the doors throughout the house, turn the lights on, and then we're leaving the house so that buyers can go in without us even in the house. We step away from the door. They go in the house. They don't have to touch any lights. They don't have to touch any doors. They can do it all extremely safely after they've taken a look and they think that this could be the right house for them. And this one's asking, somebody asked how much, it's asking 2.265. It actually got lowered from 2.5 down to 2.265. Really good opportunity in this community. Most of the houses are selling in the just mid 2 millions that are brand new on this size lot with this amount of space.
Yes, and this is a smart tech-enabled home. So I'll go into a little bit of that as well. Here is the master ensuite. It's a very spa-like ensuite. So there was the master bedroom. This has a steam shower and a stone bathtub, which retains heat. So it's very spa-like. And going back to the smart tech-enabled, the plumbing has sensors in it. So if there ever is a leak or any faults, it will automatically turn off and it will notify you as well. Light switches are also smart with controlled dimmers and timers. And that controls all the bedrooms, the hallways, and the basement. As you can see here, that's a very large basement. This home has 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, again, listed for 2.265. Here's the outside of the home. The lights are fully automated, can be controlled by voice or on the app. And with the outside, it is a keyless entry and there is a security system around the outside as well.
That's amazing. Listen, anybody who's interested in getting all of this sent directly to their device, just text Mississauga to 59559. You'll get the property details sent directly to you. And you can check that tour out anytime you want. And then you can book a virtual showing or an in-person with the safety protocols in place. Next up, Danielle, I believe from the safety of your living room, you're going to show us 898 First Street, not too far from where we just saw Radcliffe. Oh, you're muted, Danielle. I can unmute you.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
You guys can't read lips. I don't understand. So welcome to 898 First Street. We are still in Mississauga, but now we're in Lakeview, Mississauga. So just on the other side of Cawthra there. So let me show you on the map. I'll give you a little bit better idea of where we're actually located here. So we are just north of Lakeshore between Cawthra and Dixie. You can see we're actually very close to the Keitner Group office as well. So you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from us. But you are also very close to what we were talking about earlier, the 180-acre Inspiration Lakeview redevelopment. There's tons of amenities in the area. You've got obviously the Busy Bee Mart, YMCA, but you've also got some great schools just up Ogden here. You've got the Toronto French School, Alan A. Martin Middle School, Peel Alternative School, and over by Cawthra Park, you've got Mississauga Senior Center, you've got Cawthra Secondary School, you've got the Community Center, tons of stuff going on in this area. So back to the home itself, we've got a fantastic detached two-story home, originally built in 1997, sitting on a 38 by 128 foot lot. It has been fully renovated throughout. We're gonna head on inside and check out the living space here. The fully renovated hardwood floors throughout the home, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 6 parking spaces, which include 2 of those being in the attached garage. Right in the front here, you've got your garage access as well as your bathroom and closet, your powder room there. We're gonna head upstairs to the bedrooms. Master bedroom with its very own private ensuite here. So you don't have to share a bathroom with your kids, which I know for some people is not an ideal situation, so that's great. The home has been fully upgraded with new electrical, new HVAC systems, and a brand new deck in the backyard.
Yeah, really nice home, really nice family home. These sellers actually have 3 kids living in the house, and they've been raising them in here, and lots of space for everyone, especially with the finished basement. I think that's where we're going next. Yeah,
that is. With ping pong table and everything.
And the backyard's quite large too. They've got a really nice big deck that leads right from the kitchen into there, so easy for cooking inside and outside, entertaining. Yeah, thanks, Danielle.
You're very welcome.
And you're right by Lakeshore. Some people like being right behind Lakeshore because they can walk to everything. And on the other side of Lakeshore is the lake and this new community that's being built. Right now, there's already like a splash pad and a park right on the harbor where there is a harbor by the lake. All walking distance. Like, it's pretty fantastic. And then all the restaurants and stores that are also behind you. Some people love that. Some people don't want to be right behind Lakeshore, but obviously for those that do, it could be a better spot.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for the tour, Danielle. And if anybody wants the tour sent directly to them, just text Mississauga to 59559. And of course, we won't hesitate to send that your way. Let's take a quick look. I think we've got next up, Karen on 7th Street, not far from where we've been looking at these other homes.
Thank you again. Hi, Austin. So yes, hi everyone, it's Karen again. And we're in the same neighborhood Danielle just described. So a lot of the same schools as she mentioned. Welcome to 871 7th Street. This is listed for 1.229. And we'll just jump right into the area. So again, she had listed a couple of the schools. There's a couple of elementary schools, private schools, lots of high schools in the area. And here,
yeah, and if you go back to that map or from this view, you can see it's also on a dead end street. So really quiet, no traffic. It doesn't connect to the street.
Yes, thank you for that. It is on a private street right here on Northmount and Atwater. So it's a very desirable area.
Yeah, right on 7th Street, just as a dead end on both sides of it. So it's great.
So once we're in the home, we'll just do a little quick tour now. So this is a perfect family home. It's a well-maintained, open concept living room, entertainment room. And you can walk right, whoops, sorry, that's the wall there. You can walk right into the dining room here for all those like big family dinners after COVID is over.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kitchen, and it connects to the family room, the TV room. So you can have use of the front space or this area, and they're separated. Let's go.
Yeah, and again, a convenient walk out to the deck. This one's priced higher than First Street. It's got an extra bedroom. It's a little bit larger, so it's priced accordingly.
Yeah, so here we are upstairs. We're in the master bedroom. This is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. It's newly done. Lots of natural light. This is one of the other bedrooms.
Yeah, lots of room for queen or king size beds in each of these rooms too.
And a very grand entryway. So you can see the staircase here.
Yeah, you're not walking into the house bumping elbows while you all take off your shoes and take off your jackets and stuff like that, right?
So we'll stand from this corner so you can see how this room connects right into the hallway, as well as another room that can be used as an office.
And sometimes people see like these are pretty funky colors. These are pretty funky designs. So some people, not every house is designed to everybody's taste. A lot of people are going to love this. Some people aren't. So sometimes things like this can be negotiated in the contract, like the house gets painted before closing. Sometimes there's minor repairs and issues with the house or cosmetic things that the buyer might not like. That shouldn't deter buyers necessarily from buying the place if the layout, if the design, if the location, if all the other boxes are checked. Things like that can be negotiated in the contract. So don't let that stop you from getting the otherwise right house in the right area for the right price.
And here in the basement, there's lots of space, so you can create your own gym space area so you don't have to leave the house. There is like a hobby room, like a gym room, as well as a recreational room. So lots of space in the basement there. You can design it as you please.
Yeah, if you click on the laundry room, that's worth noting too, because the double car garage has an entry directly into the house. You don't have to go outside to get into the house from the garage. And then it's got the mudroom, the coat rack. It's got the laundry machine, the perfect place for this. And not every home has it designed like this, so it's worth noting on this one.
And then we can just quickly go outside and see the deck, since we are heading into summer. And this will be where you want to hang out and spend time with your family. So lots of space here, big private yard.
Yeah, I love this house.
In a beautiful neighborhood.
And again, if you like this house or want more info about it, just text Mississauga to 59559, sent directly to your device. Thanks again, Karen. And Danielle, I believe you're standing by in the safety of your living room to show us 1392 Northbound. This is an amazing opportunity, the lowest price of all the Mississauga listings that we have. Tell us a little bit more about it, Danielle.
Yeah, so we're actually just going to head right up the street from the last home on 7th Street to 1392 Northmount, which is actually very conveniently located on also a dead-end street, but it backs onto Coffer Park, which is definitely a notable feature. Not to mention the lot is very oversized. It's 55 and a half by 147 feet, and it's a premium corner lot. Austin actually pointed out to me earlier that this lot can be severed, which is a great feature if you're looking to redevelop and build on that. However, the home itself is in amazing shape, so it's definitely not one that you're going to want to tear down and sever. It's listed at $1,079,000. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, detached bungalow. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the severability is worth noting. So thanks for bringing that up, because even if you run this house into ground over 10, 20, 30 years, you've still got upside to it. You've still got the ability to sever it, add value down the line. But yeah, of course, like look at this house. It's beautiful. They've renovated top to bottom. It's 8-foot ceilings in the basement. So I'll let you continue showing the house, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, no problem. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, newly renovated home. Like Austin said, 8-foot ceilings in the basement, which we'll head down there in a, well, I guess we're gonna head down there right now because that's where it's taking me. All right, big rec space. The current owners have it set up as a theater, and they also have a gym set up just down the hall here. They've got kind of a little music studio set up going as well. Very, very cool people that lived here.
Yeah, they are an awesome family. They actually raised their kids from little newborns, and now they're approaching their tweenage years. So this has been their home where they've raised their children, their family. So perfect area to do that, and perfect house.
All right, this is the master bedroom upstairs. So all the bedrooms are on the main floor here. Master bedroom, the second bedroom, just across the hallway. Great size bedrooms. Nice and bright, lots of light. And the third bedroom here.
Yeah, and as you can see, it can be finicky. Danielle's got some skills going through these. You guys might want to go through and take a look at different sections of the house at different times. So just text Mississauga to 59559. We'll send the details directly to you, and you can toggle through it at your leisure, at your own pace. Get to know the floor plans, because as you see this link at the top, if you look at Danielle's screen that she's sharing with you, right next to 3D walkthrough, there's also the gallery, there's also the floor plans, so you can get to know this property in a variety of ways before you have to go physically see it, which is obviously extremely important right now.
Also worth noting, the home was originally built in 1986, and the current owners have newly updated the roof, the windows, and the fence was done.
All right, team, what are your thoughts on these Mississauga homes?
Yeah, right now, is it a good time to buy, Austin?
Well, it depends. Ryan, as we saw some of the stats, 50% of homes are still selling, or 50% of the sales that we had at the same time last year when there was no pandemic are still selling. So clearly there's a need to sell. It's a good time if you're looking to buy something, if you're looking to upsize, if you're looking to downsize. Depending on the type of move and depending on the category, like when here, I'll share my screen again. This is worth spending a minute to talk about. When we look at these averages, it doesn't tell us everything about each category. There are some categories of home where you can find better deals, and that goes for any market, by the way, pandemic or not. There's good deals in every market. Right now, there's not as much competition for the purchase of homes. Some people are just completely taking their foot off the gas. We know that there's a lot of agents in our industry who are not working at all. They're not calling their clients. They're not contacting their buyers to let them know about opportunities available. Their clients don't know. Those buyers do not know that they would no longer have to compete. If they were buying a house 3 weeks ago, they would be competing. There might be 16 offers on a property. Now, if you look at all of these listings, they're not holding offers. And if you look across the board, the vast majority of properties that would have otherwise been holding offers are not. So you don't have the same competition that you once did. So you can actually spend your time. We're selling properties with conditions for the sale of homes. That was unheard of 3 weeks ago and before.
And conditional on a walkthrough as well, if we can have an opportunity to walk through the home.
Yeah, a lot of people are buying properties right now, sight unseen, and they'll put a condition that they can actually go and physically see it. Some sellers do not only want the most motivated. We're screening buyers by making sure that they've seen the virtual tour, that they've gone through the property online, that they know the neighborhood, or they've at least driven by the house. And then and only then will we allow a showing, unless it's a vacant home. And then they still have to follow strict safety protocols and procedures and sanitization and things like that. But those are the people that are actually out there, that are actually buying. It's the motivated buyers that are out there, and clearly the competition has gone down quite a bit. So there are great opportunities to buy it. Again, it depends on the individual's personal motivation. If it's a good time for them to transact, to buy, then there's some advantages to doing that right now, for sure.
Got it.
Good question. Any other questions about these Mississauga homes from anybody who's watching or anyone on the team before we move along? All right, let's get right into it. We've got some really nice opportunities over here. Let me just move right along into Etobicoke. We've got 6 beautiful properties ranging from 2 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms, some that maybe could use touching up, maybe could use a personal touch, could leave it as is, beautiful in its own right, and brand new homes. So we've got a range of different things, range of price points, under $1 million all the way to over 2. So let's take a look at some of the specifics right after we look at some of the data. So again, we've got a drop in the number of sales. We've got an increase in the average sale price, and we've got another drop in the days on market. This is all of Etobicoke from March 15th to April 9th of last year versus this year. So what are we working with here? 51% less sales. That's the units sold. So when you're seeing headlines in the paper, sales are down in Toronto, and they're capturing our attention through that, they're talking about the units. They're not talking about the prices. The prices have not dropped. There have not been fire sales. Sellers are not being forced out of their homes because they can't pay their mortgages right now. We know that 1 million jobs were lost last month. But that hasn't taken effect on the housing market yet, because people who are adversely affected right now by COVID-19 are being helped by the government as much as they can. This isn't expected to last forever. This is not a snow day. This is going to be a season, but it doesn't seem like the impact of what's happening has had any effect on the housing market in terms of the sale prices. And now again, like I said before, if you were tuned in earlier, at the beginning of this year, sale prices might have been up by 27%. We always look at this stuff, but we were looking at it in February at the beginning of March, and sales were up by 27%. So yes, maybe they've gone down since earlier this year, but year over year, they have not gone down. In fact, they've gone up. So let's take a quick look. We've got a comment here, or a question. As per your last screen, if I'm reading this right, prices have gone up 8.8%. That's right, Sam, that's year over year. So this is taken directly from the Toronto Real Estate Board. We've got enough data because we're talking about hundreds of sales. If we dig into categories, we might see that certain categories have gone down. Like if you look at bungalows, you might see price increases. If we look at multi-million-dollar homes, you might see significant price decreases. So we're looking at the averages here. And on average, year over year, if we look month over month from February to March and then March to April, which obviously we don't have April's data yet, but we would probably see decreases from month over month this year because the prices were up a lot more at the beginning of this year, year over year, than they are now year over year, if that makes sense. It's not from March 15, 2020 to April 9, 2020. It's from year 19 to 20, right? So Sam, we're using the same date range. So I'm using March 15th to April 9th of this year versus March 15th to April 9th of last year. So I'm using the same number of days, but different years so that we can compare what was happening this time last year versus this time this year. Thanks, Sam, for asking, because there's a lot of people who are probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Appreciate you, buddy. Okay, without further ado, let's go see some of these properties. I believe we've got my bro, Joel Keitner. Sorry, I'm going blind here with my mouse. Let me just unshare my screen for you. Yeah, we got my brother, Joel. Mimico Joel dominates the area, and he's got some sweet, sweet listings to show us. Let's start with 70 Judson, buddy.
Well, hey, hi-ho there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today, and thank you for the intro, Austin. 70 Judson Street, we'll start with that. It's just around the corner from Mimico GO Station, so it's within walking distance, like 5-minute walk. And then just up the street, you have San Remo Bakery and Mimico Village, so you've got Jimmy's Coffee, Royal York Meat Market, and breakfast restaurants, and many other shops and amenities nearby. You have a No Frills down here. So there's lots in the immediate adjacent area. Across the street, there's a concrete factory, but the good news is that the neighborhood's been fighting that for the last 15, 20 years, and they've won. The concrete factory is moving, so no longer will there be loud trucks and dust in the air. That'll be gone within the next year or so. And in its place will be luxury townhouse units, so the resale value will be going up quite a lot over the years. There's also quite a lot of developments happening in the area along Newcastle and Portland Street, and not mentioning the Christie Site factory at Park Lawn and Lakeshore. So with the population density increasing, you can expect the value of the neighborhood to go up quite a lot as well.
Yeah, and you're also like a hop and a skip and a jump away from downtown, from the airport. Like Mimico is a lakefront community that more and more people are realizing is the place to be in terms of its relative affordability and location, right?
Yeah, it's accessibility to downtown and the short commute. Again, the GO station is just a 5-minute walk away from this home. And then you're only 2 stops from Union Station. You've got Exhibition, then Union. So, or you could take the streetcar on Lakeshore and you can be downtown like 10, 15 minutes. So there's a lot of advantages to the location from that. You're close to the airport. You're in the West End, so you're close to all the major arteries. But enough about the location, guys. Let me show you this amazing home. A semi-detached home on the corner lot. So it's got a massive yard, lots of parking, as you can see. You can fit like 4 or 5 cars on that. So you come in through the front door, and you have your home office, which is really ideal for this time, especially. You've got your open concept layout with a stone veneer fireplace. So main floor level is all open concept, as you can see. Upgrades throughout, guys. There's not a corner, a nook of this home that hasn't been renovated. You've got your dining room here, all in the same area, and then here you've got a solid oak countertop.
Hey Joel, maybe turn the music off because.
Sorry guys, if that was too loud. And then this is your access. There's a bathroom on the main floor. A lot of homes in the area that I'm sure you guys have seen don't have that. So this is the master bedroom. As I mentioned, everything's been fully upgraded, top to bottom.
Yeah, it's looking really fresh.
Yep. So those are the 3 bedrooms. They're all good sizes. This is the bathroom upstairs. I love that wallpaper. I'm a huge fan of those feature walls. This is the basement. They updated the kitchen space. So you could have an in-law nanny suite. If you'd like to lease it out, that's an option as well. They've been doing that. In the area, you can get like $1,300 to $1,500 for a basement apartment. Again, everything's been touched up. And this is the large backyard that I was referring to. So it's super private. It's on a corner lot. You don't really have very many people who are able to peer into your space. So this summer you could quarantine in style. Hopefully we won't still be quarantining by then.
Indeed. Well, that is a really nice house. Thanks, Joel, for showing us.
And quickly, guys, we have a virtual walkthrough 3D tour. We've got a pre-list home inspection from Carson Dunlop. Everything's in really good working order. No deficiencies that I was able to note in the summary or through the report. And it's just a really great opportunity. So if you have any questions, you know how to reach out. Or if you don't, find them.
Yeah, we'll send them all the details. If they just text Etobicoke now, just text Etobicoke to 59559. We'll send you the details that Joel just described. So thanks, Joel. If you don't mind unsharing your screen, we'll let Ryan jump in with 24 16th Street. What do we got going on there, buddy?
Hey, Austin. Here we are. We've got a great home on 16th Street here, just steps from the lakeshore. The address is 24 16th Street. And as you can see, it's only a 5-minute or 8-minute walk, depending on how fast you can head over there to Humber College. And just straight across from Colonel Samuel Smith Park, a lot of shops and amenities in the area. And if you like to catch the transit, it's a short streetcar ride with a beautiful view all the way downtown. In the neighborhood, we've got plenty of schools. I'm happy to send the school report to you if you want to text Etobicoke to 59559. Plenty of schools in the area. So let's take a look inside the home. Watch this video.
Ryan, can we have this video sent to them as well?
Absolutely. So at 24 16th Street, this is the front here. It's a 25 frontage lot by 100 deep. Updates throughout. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home listed at $869,000. Offers anytime.
A recent comp just sold for just over 900 on the street, right? So that sounds like a pretty good deal.
That's correct. Yeah. So in the kitchen here, lots of nice updates. On the main floor, we've got a bedroom. There's a built-in coffee station that's included.
I think worth noting as well, Ryan, is the comparable Austin just brought up, went for 901, and this home is in superior condition. We have the inspection report for both, for anyone interested in.
Awesome. Here's the bedroom on the main floor with the bathroom. The bedroom, it's notable that the bedroom has built-in his and her closets, and this is the loft on the master bedroom on the top floor with some office space, or you could relax and read a book.
Yeah, I love loft bedrooms.
In the
Nice
basement,
touch.
there's lots of room for elliptical trainer, free weights, yoga, and there's even a bonus studio on the side here where you could record music, but there's a powder room as well. And there's a third room that's just been updated in the back. We can send you all the virtual tour. The barbecue is included. Imagine having a glass of wine in the backyard here. We've got a full golf driving station and a pergola that's just out of view. And also 4 storage units that you could have your outdoor equipment. So this is
Really well designed backyard, right?
perfect to quarantine in.
Yeah, I could quarantine there for months if I had to.
Perfect. Let's go on to the next property.
All right, buddy. Thanks for doing that. And if, again, anybody wants more info, just text Etobicoke to 59559. It'll come all your way. Joel, I believe we're back to you because you're going to show us one of the nicest streets actually in Etobicoke, number 12, Victor.
That's right, Austin. So when you're east of Royal York, south of the tracks in Mimico, this is the most highly sought after desired area within the community. You know, being west of Royal York is also, it's great. It's just that these have winding roads. There's mature trees, you know, Victorian homes and custom luxury homes. There's just it's a very affluent, highly sought after area, and very rarely do homes become available in this pocket of the community. Now that being said as well, even among those streets, I think very few in the neighborhood would argue that Victor is the best, or among the best streets in the neighborhood. The only others that might be comparable would be these Crescent streets here, Eastbourne and Dartmouth. But otherwise, yeah, I think most people would agree that Victor is the best street, or one of the best streets in the neighborhood.
Yeah, there's actually a path to walk to Mimico, go from there, right? You don't even have to go to Royal York.
Yeah, you could easily just go up the street to Cavell, and then walk straight. And the Mimico GO station is being redeveloped. We can touch on that and send some more info on that, on the proposals on that. Same with the Tavern restaurant. It's being redeveloped with townhouses over here, just at the corner of Manchester. Sorry, Austin.
Yeah, they're increasing the park size over by Blue Water and Legion Road there as well.
Right.
It'll be like a toboggan hill and skate rink and things like that. But even now it's got tennis courts and stuff like that. So some of the stuff that Google Maps doesn't show you, worth checking out if you don't know this community or haven't been by lately.
That's right. Also, important note: walking trails and make sure where all the restaurants, and it's a highly growing area with incredible views of downtown skyline. So with that in mind, location is unbeatable. And let's take a look at the home itself. So it's a double brick, 40-foot lot, by 132 foot deep, and it's got a lot of traditional features, which so original hardwood. As you guys can see, it's got, you know, the original features that you would find in a home of this age, mid-century. But it's been updated throughout, so it's in really good condition. It's good working order. So what's really in right now that I'm finding for some of the listings that we've sold recently and ones that our buyers are attracted to are the ones that combine the you know, more modern upgrades with traditional. So for example, if you wanted to open this up and have you know, an island in between to have your kitchen and dining room all on one main level, open concept, and then maybe open as well, or just keep it. Again, some people prefer the traditional charm. So then this would take you down to, well, this would be the backyard. But here, I'll take you guys upstairs. So this is your master. It's very sizable. This is your second bedroom. So it's a 3-bedroom detached home. And then down the hall is your bathroom and 3rd bedroom.
Oh, is that Zoe in the background?
Yes, and my daughter's here too, guys.
She loves this house, I think.
Yeah, she's a big fan. Here, Zoe, come meet everybody.
Yeah, this property really does have a lot of character. People are loving the design of traditional with modern. Like, not as many people are moving towards modern these days, strictly modern, contemporary. Certainly something like this and can be designed any way that you want with that traditional Victorian style is pretty sought after.
Yeah, and it's just an open rec room space in the basement. So there's a lot of potential for it. But again, one of the main attractions of it is the quality. It's a double brick solid home. But again, just the location. It's on the corner of Stanley. So there's just gorgeous Victorian homes in and around, adjacent and across the street from. So, and with the mature trees lined up the street, it just doesn't get much better than this. And specifically in this neighborhood, which is a highly sought after neighborhood within the city, this is one of the most attractive streets within it.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Great house. All you have to do if you're interested in more info about this house is text Etobicoke to 59559. It'll all be sent directly to you. So I think that we've got Paul next. We're going closer to Dundas Street in Etobicoke, where we're going to take a quick look over at 50 Madoff. This is a really nice house, guys. Get ready for this. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about the area and about the house? Just make sure you're unmuted if you are talking right now. Paul, are you unmuted there, buddy? I think I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, weird. Okay, I can't find the mute and unmute button and all that stuff.
All right, you're good.
At any rate, yes, here we are at 50 Madoff. I'll just give you an idea where that is geographically, which is, we're just south of Burnham Thorpe and just north of Bloor Street West. You're so close to the 427, it's not funny. Also for transit, you can just walk across this park and catch a bus if transit's your thing, down to Kipling Station in about 10 minutes. There's lots of amenities in the area. There's right up here, there's a really nice newer public library. And then in here, you've got lots of shopping. There's a TV, there's a Great Canadian Superstore. There's restaurants and bars for when we're not quarantined.
Yeah, and shopping malls. There's the Cloverdale Mall and Sherway right there too, right?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, all really close by. So this is your view as soon as you walk into the home. It's quite beautiful. The seller put in over $150,000 in material to the house. Everything is new plumbing, new wiring, newer furnace. Roof was 2015. It's super insulated, R24 on the outside and R32 in the roof. So
wow,
you're going to be super warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It's brand new, everything. New KitchenAid appliances, the cooktop. The windows are all around 2015. So there's the kitchen.
Paul, someone's asking if that was a fireplace. Was there a fireplace on the main floor?
Oh, yes, indeed. Sorry, I should show you the living room. So it's a combined living room, dining room, and that is an electric fireplace there, yes.
Goody.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, ceilings are really cool. Vaulted
Yeah.
ceilings are great.
Yeah. Should I swing up to those again?
Yeah, let's see those again. And again, people can just text us to 59559 for their own 3D tour. They can check it out at their leisure.
Take you into the master.
It's nice having the floor plan on the side there too, just to understand kind of what the layout looks like.
Yeah, indeed. So all nice engineered hardwood. There's a good size closet. And this master has a connected ensuite, which is pretty styling. Nice big rain shower there. Deep tub. It's a pretty great bathroom, if you ask me. We'll move into, there's a second bedroom. Did I miss it? I did.
What's this listed at, Paul?
This
People are
is
asking.
listed at $1,398,000. Again, it's brand new, everything. The owner took it right back to the studs. So there's a second bedroom, and there is a second washroom on the main floor. Again, with a nice rain shower. And we can whip down to the basement. I think I can do it. Actually, I can just do it this way, right?
Yeah, if you just click on the photo. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Buddy. Our fellow viewers are also going to need to know how to use this thing when they're looking at properties virtually, since that's the number one way to look at homes these days. If a listing does not have a virtual tour and you want to see the inside before going and seeing it yourself, we're actually offering virtual showings. Excuse me. We actually will go there in person and FaceTime you, and we'll just show you. You can ask us to slow down or go back to an area or something like that. It's safer for us. It's safer for you. You don't have to leave your home. We've actually been offering this to our buyers for many years, but now it's just being embraced at a higher level by the marketplace. So don't forget that if you do want to see it and there isn't a tour like this available, or if this tour isn't sufficient for you.
All right, back down to the basement here. Nice big open concept. The ceilings are a good height. So it's a good sort of hangout area here. And then there is what could almost be called a second master bedroom. Nice above grade windows there. And this has its own 3-piece ensuite, again, with pretty styling rain shower.
Huge.
Yeah, everything's all new. This has its own closet as well.
Is this owner occupied or vacant, Paul?
It is vacant.
Okay, so people can go in and there's no sellers there, so.
Correct, yeah. It's pretty easy to show. Everything gets wiped down afterwards, you know, and again, it's just observing the protocols, not touching anything, not bringing your kids.
Yeah, kids, you can't control what they touch, right? So
that's the thing.
No children, unfortunately, for showings at least. Once you've bought it, bring them by.
And there's like a second bedroom or maybe an office down on the main floor. So I think that is the interior of the house. What's that?
That's good for now, buddy. Let's just anybody who wants more about this. It's on the link that we sent to everybody in the email when we invited people to it. If you didn't get that and you found this link from another source, just text us, as we've mentioned many times, a TOBA code to 59559, and we'll send you all the details. Back to Joel, Mimico Joel in Mimico. Are you with us, buddy? Or is it Zoe's nap time?
No. I threw on some wiggles. I'll be good for the next little while.
Oh, let's get your video start. I'm going to ask you to start your video, Joel.
Got it.
See oh, there you go.
All right,
buddy.
So back to Mimico, 397 Melrose Street, guys. This is a very unique opportunity. It's like a Muskoka luxury in the city. Again, just by the Mimico GO station, so it's just walking distance to San Remo and Mimico Village. Sorry, guys, 1 second. And let me show you guys around the house.
Hey, Zoe.
Mama's working. Say hi to everybody.
Yeah, Joel's wife is actually a frontline worker working at the hospital, keeping our society safe. So let's give our hats off to Mrs. Keitner, Mrs.
I will keep my hat on for other obvious reasons. Yes, Zozo. Okay, we're showing them this beautiful house. So, guys, homes aren't usually this big in the neighborhood. They're usually on 25-foot lots to begin with. This is a 40-foot lot. So there's 5 bedrooms plus. It's a 2.5 story. So this is the second. This is the half story above the second floor, and you could turn it into 2 bedrooms, and it's got a rough in for another washroom as well. So really, there's 4 bedrooms on the second level. And there's one up here. This is considered 1 bedroom, but you could have it as 2. So you could have a 6-bedroom home, as well as there's a 2-bedroom basement apartment below with a separate entrance. So you could get approximately 22 to 2,400, potentially more for rental in the basement. And that'll help offset some of the monthly costs. This is the home office from the front entrance. Then you've got a powder on the main. This is
This must be asking well over $2 million. What's the price on this?
No, actually, it's 1,899, which is a similar price to the one we recently sold on Queens Avenue for 1.9.
And that was a 12-year-old house too.
Yeah, so this is a bit older, but the effective age, the remaining economic lifespan has been significantly, or the effective age has been decreased. The remaining economic lifespan significantly increased because of all the upgrades. With the French drain and making sure, because Melrose Street does have a high waterbed, this one won't have any water damage. You won't have those issues. I've got a full list of upgrades. It's too much to get into right now, but anyone who's interested, I can show. They've invested a lot in making sure there's no deficiencies in the home. I've got a pre-list inspection there's no issues with it. It's as good as new.
That's great. And all they have to do is text Etobicoke to 59559. Isn't that right?
I've got an info package with this 3D tour. It's got the pre-list home inspection, as I mentioned, a full list of the upgrades. And we're not just talking cosmetic. Like they went into making sure that there won't be any water issues or any foundation issues. It's actually in better condition than most new homes you're going to find.
Unbelievable.
And it's much bigger than what you're typically going to find in the area. With such unique features that yeah, this is a rarely offered opportunity. So anyone with a large family looking for a home in Mimico, this could be a very good option for you.
That's amazing, buddy. Yeah, it's a really spectacular house. Everybody knows how to get their hands on it or get their hands on more information if they need it.
I should also mention we just sold a couple new homes a few doors down, 369A and 369B Melrose Street. And 369B was sold recently for 1.74, with the buyer paying the closing costs on a new build is about 177. And it's about 1,000 square feet smaller. So
That's
this is a much bigger home, much more spacious. 15 extra feet frontage alone. So you just have a much bigger home, and that's why we feel it's and again with Queens Avenue selling for 1.9. It seems like a reasonable price for this opportunity.
Yeah, it sounds like a good deal on a great house in a great area. Thanks for showing it to us, buddy. And thanks. I know you got your hands full as a stay-at-home dad while your bride is taking care of our sick. So thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Okay. Without further ado, we're back to Paul at 203 Shaver. This is the one that's closer to Dundas. I apologize. I mentioned that Madoff was closer to Dundas. It's not. It's closer to Burnham Thorpe and Bloor, but now we're back to Dundas and Etobicoke. Is that right?
Yes, indeed, we are. Just getting my screen share up here. And yeah, just to put it into perspective, so it's on Shaver Street North, just south of Burnham Thorpe. So we're right around the corner from the first listing I showed at 50 Madoff. Same general neighborhood. Again, really close to the highway, the 427, and all these super amenities in here: shopping, bars, restaurants, the library, the bank, and again, close to the Cloverdale Mall, which has hundreds of shops, and also the Sherway. And it's part of the Eatonville neighborhood, which is sort of highlight there. So let's take a look at the home.
Yeah, right next to Bloor West, where it's pretty much strictly multi-million-dollar homes, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So here's your exterior. It's on a beautiful, tree-lined street. And
sorry, Paul, quickly I wanted to mention on this one too, because it's 216 feet deep. It's an incredibly large lot, almost 50 wide, about 48. And there's other new homes that have been constructed selling for the 2.5, 3 million range. So there's the opportunity to build that and have that kind of a resale or value on the street. But also, from what I understand, there's one around the corner on Laurel and other homes in the area that have been able to get approval to put a secondary structure in the backyard due to its size.
Right.
I thought that'd be worth noting for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And chime in anytime with any features you want to point out. So here's the interior of the home. And again, so this is a home you can move into and enjoy traditional finishes, or you could start from scratch or renovate. There's just lots of opportunities here. So these are beautiful hardwood floors.
Yeah, it's clearly move-in ready as is.
Yeah.
But like you said, people could make it their own. Either right away or down the line. I mean, certainly not right away, right? We're not allowed. No one's allowed to do that right now, obviously.
No. I just took you right down the drain. Whoops.
Impressive camera work. They were able to do that.
I don't know why I'm so zoomed in.
Maybe jump to a different room.
Yeah. Okay.
Buttons. Yeah.
So here's your dining room, just connected to the living room. Yeah, I'm really zoomed in, and I'm not sure why. But, okay. Well, let's go upstairs to the master bedroom.
Yeah.
And Sorry, guys. We're all getting used to this technology. And here's your second bedroom. Again, totally move-in ready, or you can do quite a bit with this property.
Yeah, and again, I just text Etobicoke to 59559. We'll get all the details. Yes, this is the money shot right here, right?
Yeah, look at this really spacious backyard. And again,
Yeah, so maybe if you are interested in this and want to know what kind of secondary structures, we could get you the details and what the zoning might allow for and things like that.
there you go. Joel, do you have anything you want to add?
It's first come, first serve on offers, I believe. I don't think any of the properties anybody's seen so far are holding offers. First come, first serve. Again, Ryan, you asked earlier, is this a good time to buy? For that reason alone, if COVID-19, for all the terrible things it's doing to society, all the terrible things it's doing to individuals and households and businesses and things like that, the silver lining that for buyers in this market, it actually is providing a less competitive environment and better opportunities to get the house that you want for a reasonable price without having to pay 5, 10, 20% more than what the last comparable sold for. So here's another example, first come, first serve. For the most part, sellers on the market right now understand that the market has changed, that there's a shift. So everybody seems, not everybody, you can't speak for everybody, but on average, people are being reasonable with expectations. I'm gonna share my screen again. We're gonna get into, we've had an opportunity to look at Mississauga freehold. We've had a chance to look at Etobicoke freehold. A major component of the real estate market in our great city is the condo market. So what the heck, my friends, is going on there? And by the way, like I said, this is all averages. So knowing the average temperature or weather patterns in Toronto is fine and dandy, but you want to know what's going on in your backyard. It might be raining or hailing in one part of the city and it's sunny, blue skies in another part. We want to know what's happening in our community, what's happening in our backyard at any point in time. Check out Etobicoke market values for your Etobicoke value. You can check out, you can jot that down, I'll give you a second. You can check out MississaugaHomeValues.ca to find out what your Mississauga home is worth in comparison to the overall market. And then we can set you up to actually see what is coming on the market and what's selling as new properties come and go. So we'll set you up and I'll show you a little bit about what those market reports look like. We have thousands of people in our database set up on them, and they've got the highest click rate through anything we ever send with regards to anything. And I think it's because it's relevant data to their house. Within a mile or 2 or 3 of their house, anything that's coming and going, you get to see the prices, you get to see the photos. So you can just sign up to that through those landing pages. But in the meantime, we're going to be taking a look at some assignment sales in the Toronto real estate market. Ryan's going to walk us through a couple, and Karen's going to introduce us to some. But before we take a look at those specifics, we've got, oh good, I can move this. Okay. We've got, lo and behold, less sales this year in that time period that we described. We'll call it the COVID time period. This year versus the same time period last year when there was no pandemic. 1,346 units, condo units, this is apartment unit condos, sold in Toronto last year during this time period, whereas this year only 621. However, once again, prices from last year, not from the beginning of this year. If we look at the beginning of this year, we'll see that prices probably dropped. But from the beginning of this year, or from this time period this year to this time period last year, prices have actually gone up and the days on market have gone down. So what does that look like? It looks like a 54% drop and an average price of 9.6 increase. Days on market actually went down from 17 to 10. I didn't change that in my slide. Sorry about that. So we're seeing similar patterns across the board here with regards to what the number of sales are doing versus what the average prices are doing. So I thought that would be important to share with you guys so that we can get a full idea of what's going on in this market. So Ryan, why don't you show us these units, these opportunities, and explain to us a little bit about what is an assignment sale?
Absolutely, Austin. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we've got a couple art shop assignments currently at Yonge and Eglinton. And Yonge and Eglinton is obviously right on a main transit hub. Yonge and the LRT is going to be completed. It was delayed a little bit, but it's obviously a great transportation hub. An assignment is essentially the right to purchase the original agreement from the original purchaser and move forward and close on the property. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you a couple of our opportunities. So at Yonge and Eglinton, we've got Art Shop. This unit here, 1701, is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it actually has 2 full bathrooms. And this one has a southern exposure overlooking the courtyard and an eastern view. And this one's listed at 725,000, offers anytime. So you can text Toronto Condo to 59559 for more details and the virtual tour for this particular property. This one's almost 700 square feet. It has a storage locker that's on the same floor. Go ahead.
I don't think we can see what you're looking at. I don't think we can see your, if you're showing us photos and stuff.
Okay. One moment. How about now?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, so unit 1701 also has a storage locker on the same floor, and very high-end finishings, engineered hardwood, Caesar stone countertops, and this one's listed at 725. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to send us a message. We've got another unit that's facing west on the 16th floor, and here it is. This unit at Art Shop is also 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms facing west, except for this one actually includes a parking spot. And as you know, in this area, parking is a premium. Same engineered hardwood floors, Caesar stone countertops. And yeah, if you want more information on this, text Toronto Condo to 59559. And I can also send you the school report. I'm happy to send that over. The features and, the amenities and the lobbies were designed by Karl Lagerfeld, the late Karl Lagerfeld. So it was revolutionary at the time, 5 years ago when he came to Toronto, and it was a really exciting opportunity to have him involved with the project. All right, signing off from here at Art Shop.
All right, buddy. Thanks for that. And I understand that there have already been offers being negotiated on these properties, so they probably won't last long. But if you text us and they're not available anymore, Ryan, I think that you have access to other stuff and you know of other opportunities that are going to come up in this category. And you could probably help them out, get something else if these are no longer available by the time they reach out, right?
Yeah, or if this one doesn't work out for you and you're looking for a larger unit, sign up with us and we can give you access to that as well.
Yep. Sounds great. Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
Karen, I believe you are going to be showing us 60 Tannery. Can you show us a little bit about the community and tell us a little bit about the unit specifically that you've got available?
Yes, thank you, Austin. So here we are at 60 Tannery Road. This is actually phase 3 of Canary District. The building is called Canary Block. So I'll start with just going through the virtual tour and it'll kind of like go through the pictures automatically. So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It does come with parking. And for some of you that may know, like the Toronto condos, like anything under 630 for this specific project did not come with parking. So this one being at 575 square feet does come with parking. That's very rare for this whole area. This was purchased in 2017 and right now it is in interim occupancy. So you can go to the building. The building is complete up to the 12th floor. It's a 12-story building. However, it has not closed yet. So a couple months there.
So interim occupancy means that you can move in, you can live there. You're not closed on it, so you're not paying your mortgage, but you are paying the interim fees. So
Correct.
That's different from an assignment.
So at this stage, it's still an assignment sale. So you are selling the contract to the property because it hasn't closed yet. Correct. So when you're in interim occupancy, it's because obviously the floors are done from the bottom up, and being on the 5th floor, it was done sooner than some of the amenities and some of the other floors in this building. But as I mentioned, the 12th floor is complete now. It's just couple of the amenities are still wrapping up. So
Yeah, and they have to get their condo corporation established. They have to get the legal entity in place before it can be fully closed.
that's correct.
So
Yes.
that's great. So they can actually go in and see this if they want. It's unoccupied, is that right?
It's vacant. That's correct. It is vacant. So you're more than welcome, obviously following the COVID protocols, not touching anything and not using the bathroom, no children, but yes, you can view this property. This is a north-facing unit, so it faces a heritage building, which will never be taken down, which means that there's unobstructed views on either sides of the building. On the west, east, and the south side, there are buildings. So this view is the only view that's unobstructed. And you guys may remember this area from the 2015 Pan Am Games.
Mm-hmm.
So Canary was designed, named after the restaurant right up front in Cherry, but it was designed to house all the athletes, and they were training at the YMCA located at Front and Cherry. So it was Athletes Village, and everyone was training there during that time. And then after that, that's when they continued to build phase 3. So this is the next phase. Phase 4 has sold as well in 2017, and that will be coming up in about a year or two. In this area, it's connected to the 18-acre Corktown Common Parks. It's connected to a lot of like outside space. There's trails. It's right beside Distillery. It's right north of the Google sidewalks, which is coming to Toronto soon. Mm-hmm. This area is a great area to live, work, and play. Like, it's got everything. Walking distance to a lot of great foods, boutique shops. And it's a great opportunity for first-time home buyers or anybody looking for like a comfortable space with all the bells and whistles. Like I mentioned, the YMCA being such a great gym right there at your doorstep. The King Street the King Street line, it ends right at this in front of this area as well. So lots of public transportation, and the Gardner is just south to the unit. So just a little bit south, you can get on Lakeshore, you can get on Gardner. Lots of grocery stores in this area as well. So.
Amazing. Well, thanks for showing. This really is a beautiful unit. I love that view.
Thank you.
I imagine this could be good for investors as well. Maybe something they move into down the line. Their kids live in it. They rent it out to a tenant. I mean, this is an amazing area, and that looks like a fantastic unit. So thanks for showing it. Thanks everyone for participating. We're going to take a minute. I know that there's some agents who are live on here. I'm curious from my team and from the rest of the people on here, what questions do you have? What do you guys see happening in the market? What are some things that you'd like to bring up? While we've got this captive audience of thousands of people. Not everybody all at once, of course.
I have a question for Joel.
Yeah.
I really like the house on Shaver Street. And if I wanted to build a new custom home on that, how big of a home can I build on that? Do you have an idea based on the footprint of the house?
You know what? That is actually a really great question. I'd have to take a closer look, and I can send them to you. If you don't mind, I can leave you my phone if you want to text me or my email, and I can just send you the comparables and show you some of the examples rather than just give you like a figure off the top of my head. And we can take a look at like what those lot sizes were and what kind of lot coverage we have here. And then you can get a better sense of, you know, what kind of, first of all, what kind of resale you would have on that size of home. And then from there, maybe even do the math backwards and figure out how much it would cost to build that home as well. And then you can subtract the cost of the land or the home and see what the upside is.
Sounds good. I can see a lot of potential in that to make some money.
For sure. Ryan, yeah, please do show us. We're going to do a bonus property. Ryan has a pocket listing. Let's take a look right now, buddy. I'll stop sharing so that you can jump in.
Yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around. For those that you have stuck around, we do have an exclusive listing that it's not even on the market yet. We just got it yesterday. It's a 1-bedroom plus den at Picnic Condos in High Park. And this is actually 800 square feet interior plus 100 square feet balcony with a northwestern exposure right here across from High Park. We're priced at $929,000, and this place is immaculate. The current owner only lived there 4 days a month, and the last one that was available in here sold in 2 days. So if you know of anybody that is interested in a very high-end High Park condo, reach out to us, and I can send you all the details. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah,
That's the view
awesome.
right there.
That's amazing. I want to buy it, Ryan.
We can talk after.
Perfect. Yeah, Leslie is a fellow colleague. She's a great agent in the city as well. She's saying that her clients are thinking prices are going to drop more, that they want to wait to buy to see how bad it gets. Basically, they're looking for the best deal possible. We've never been in this situation. We've never been in this economic environment. This is literally something that went down immediately and it could go up immediately. It could be a V type thing. It depends how effective our government is in doing packages that are going to stimulate the economy. But what happens, when the market crashed in 2008, Warren Buffett did not sell any of his stocks. He didn't sell any of his funds before the crash. He didn't sell any during. He just kept buying them during. You don't know. And if Warren Buffett doesn't know that, and the experts in real estate and the market don't know what's going to happen next, your buyers might be on the wrong end of this, where prices start going up again, bidding wars start being created, and they were sitting on the sidelines speculating that things are going to drop, when what really is important is them getting the right house for the right price now. Because if they can get what they can afford, as long as they're not concerned, as long as there's not a risk to them losing their job, obviously if they're in this personally economic situation where there's some uncertainty where whether they can make their mortgage payment or not, if they're secure in that regard, and they know what they want, and it becomes available, and they can negotiate a reasonable price without having to compete and everything like that, and they know what their monthly payments are, and they're probably going to be less than they would have been otherwise, especially 3 weeks ago or before, because rates are lower and competition's less, then it's probably an ideal time for them to buy. But again, I don't know who your buyers are. I don't know what their motivation is, and I don't know if they are speculating or if they're investors who speculate. But it'll depend on those factors. But I would say that waiting on the sidelines, hoping that things get worse, is probably not a good mindset, because that means a lot of people are remaining unemployed and that the government is not doing a good job of re-stimulating the economy, or that this thing drags on for much longer than anybody expected. But either way, they'd be secure in the fact that they have got their job and that they know what their payments are per month for the house that they want. Is it a good time to sell? Again, these things always come down to the individual and the circumstance that they're in. If you're somebody who is relying on the value of their property to retire, and the amount of money they get for their property might determine the number of years that they can retire on, it might be an ideal time to sell now in case things get worse. Things could get better, but again, you're throwing the dice. And especially if the stakes are that high where you're depending on that value for the amount of time you could live off, then it might matter a lot more. It might be a good time to sell while we know what prices are doing. They're still up from last year. They're down from earlier this year, but that doesn't actually matter. It totally depends on the individual situation. Again, it could be a good time to sell if they're in a living situation that they shouldn't be in, or if they're in an economic situation that they need to get out of, or something like that. So it totally depends on people's motivation. But in terms of the timing for the market, things are still selling. Buyers are buying, half as many buyers are buying and half as many sellers are selling as compared to last year, but there's still movement. So it totally depends on the individual motivations and things like that. If I'm not sharing my screen, I definitely should be. These are ways to get in touch. You can get property information by texting any of these keywords to this phone number. Standard text messaging rates apply. If you're on an unlimited plan, they don't. And then if you want to know where your property value is in this current market, we'll send you a CMA virtually. You can maybe show us the inside of the house. We don't even necessarily need to do that. But we'll send you a CMA based on what the market's doing right now. And then we can set it up so that every week or 2 weeks or every month, you're receiving the sales data relevant, what's coming and going relevant to where you live or where you own a property. So reach out to us anytime. Thanks so much, everybody, for participating. Unless there's any final words, we'll just wrap this up a little bit early. And we'll create a link so that anybody can see this anytime.
Great.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Austin.
Thanks, everyone, for sharing. Thanks,
Thank you.
Karen. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Raul. Thanks, Jocelyn. Thanks, Shai. There's a lot of people behind the scenes who have made this possible. We're going to make this better and better each week. So any feedback that you have, please share. Love you all. Thank you, Toronto. We'll see you next week.